Hello, I will be showing off my kendo and other sorts of sword fighting classification model built on using datasets that are handpicked by the creator of the model. Now, what is the use of this dataset? Well, you see, sword fighting equipment can range from kendo's relatively cheap $160 cost up to thousands of dollars in things like fencing or other sports like. And so I believe that would be a good example that isn't too far off from reality to use for opening the field by allowing people to better be able to make competition with lesser materials. And so I built this model using a dataset created by our lovely function down here, video to classify. This is how our dataset was made, and it's the main part of the thing that I'm proud of. It shows that I can understand how to use a folder dataset for classification, in that I know how to set, train, valid, test, understand how to use or understand how to read the basic Python code required to train this. It uses OpenCV to detect keyboard inputs to parse through a list of videos, video by video. That's how I created this dataset filled with about 100 different images. Now, let's look at what it can do. As you can see, this was the image that we looked at before. I can do it again to show you, but I think it's better if we do a different one, like hit -2, for example. Now this would be the test image here, hit2.jpg in our testing for Kendo New. It has not been something that the model is trained on. And as you can see, it gets a 54.34% hit. The model works, voila. I could use AI training. And this one specifically uses the built-ins of Jetson Inference train.py for classification and classification Python free Onyx export. I can retrain this, but it would take too long for a video. Another example of no hit would be something like no hit dot 0 JPEG.
Yeah, this guy was talking
Let's
about
put in Kendo 2 this time. Now both these big AI algorithms are just the base train in Jetson Inference and the base ImageNet in Jetson Inference, so not going that far with technology. But as you can see in Kendo 2, it does recognize it as a no hit. Sort of minority people, so of course it does. Now, I intentionally chose videos that are low quality, even though my parser does actively prune the video down to the right size. And used a quarter of a second frame difference between selecting frames. So the dataset is quite poor, but you can see it does give result.